UFC 301 Brazil card is taking place this weekend. I'm only going to break down and choose my picks for the main card. I work full time. I don't have time to break down the early prelims, and the main card. So I'm going to give you my official picks and a little bit of thought for each fight, starting with Paul Craig versus Kai Borralho. That's a tough one. Don't really know how he pronounces it in Brazil, but anyways, the odds for this fight that I see, Paul Craig is plus 285 and Kai is minus 360. You know, he was a light heavyweight. Now he's at middleweight. He's a tough dude. You know, he always gets cracked pretty much, and he looks for the submission. It's kind of obvious. You know, if you follow him on Instagram like I do, he's always practicing on his striking and stuff like that. I see him practicing now. I'm not really sure. He's not going to probably look for the takedown or anything like that. Kai, I think he's only got one loss. It might be by decision, if I'm not mistaken. And then he's got, like, obviously no KO losses, no submission losses. But he's never fought Paul Craig. And I do think that Kai is going to win this fight. But I'm not going to be surprised. Obviously, you're not going to put money on Kai. I wouldn't be surprised if Paul did pull it off. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm going to pick Kai, but if Paul does win by submission, I don't think many people will be surprised. Moving on to the next fight, we have Michel Pereira versus Ihor Potieria. I forget that one dude's name. Shoot, the one dude with the one eye. He was supposed to fight Ihor. I don't know why that fight didn't happen, but this one is just as exciting in my opinion, if not more exciting, because Michel Pereira, he's a fun dude, man. They're both fun dudes. I just feel like Ihor hasn't fought anyone like Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira has fought the who's who when it comes to UFC competition. Let's click on his name real quick. He's got 11. He's on a 7-fight win streak. He's got huge momentum. 11 wins by knockout, 8 wins by submission. The dude's good, man. He's really good. His last win was Petrosky. Okay, that's a good win. Oh no, my bad. It was Alashunchik. And then the last one before that was Petrosky, and then before that it was Ponzinibbio. Those are really tough dudes, good fighters. Man, yeah, it's honestly could be a close fight. I see this being a close fight. I do think Michel Pereira is going to win this. He's got a little bit more momentum, and he's fought a little bit better of competition. Let's just be real. Okay. Ihor's last win was Brychek. I'm pretty sure he's good. I'm not a fan of him. Pretty sure he's good, but before that it was Bellato, so. Before that, Olberg, so. But those are all finishes. It's going to be a close fight, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Ihor is going to get finished. I don't think Michel Pereira is going to get finished as well. I take Michel Pereira by decision. Moving on to the next one. Anthony, you hurt my family, Smith, versus Vitor Petrino. Man, Vitor, let me just refresh my memory really quick. Vitor Petrino, his last fight was Tyson Pedro. Tyson Pedro retired right after that fight. He didn't do terrible. He got beat clearly, but he didn't do terrible. Before that, Bukauskas, and then before that, Petrino. Petrino's all right. Those are all right guys. And he went to the later rounds with all three of those. But we are talking about Anthony Smith here. I don't know what's going on with this dude. He's probably at the end of his career. Who knows when he's going to call it quits, if he does call it quits. He's a little bit delusional, in my opinion, as everyone freaking knows. I don't know, man. I'm taking Vitor. It's kind of obvious. I don't see Anthony Smith digging deep against a young, hungry dude that's on fire. I just don't see it. I hope Anthony Smith proves me wrong. He used to be one of my favorite fighters. I love the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions. Those are my favorite. But I just don't know, man. I just can't count on Anthony Smith. I didn't say the odds for the last fight. Actually, there's no odds for Michel Pereira and Ihor on here. For Anthony Smith and Vitor, Anthony is plus 320. Vitor is plus 410. Yeah, Vitor Petrino. I take him by TKO. Excuse me. Moving on to the next one, we have the legend Jose Aldo returning for this card. Now, if Jose is returning for money reasons, which obviously everyone needs that check, if he's got something deeper than that, if he wants to show up and actually win, he's got many ways to beat Jonathan Martinez. There's no odds for this one as well on here, at least. Jonathan Martinez is number 12. Jose Aldo is number nothing. He's not ranked because he was retired. Man, this is actually a close one. This should be a close fight. Like I said, it depends on how Jose Aldo shows up for this fight. I want Jose to win. My heart tells me Jose can win. My mind tells me Jonathan Martinez will pull it off. How? I'm not sure. Probably by decision. He's the younger, hungry, and he's been active. I take Jonathan Martinez by decision. But if Jose Aldo, rips him with a freaking deep body shot, or I don't see Jonathan because he's good at leg kicks, but, a lot of leg kickers actually aren't that good at leg kicking defense. They're good at offense with it. If Jose can, dig a body shot or get some leg kicks off that Jonathan doesn't see, he could win by TKO. But I take Jonathan Martinez by decision due to his age, and he's hungry, man. He's on fire. Moving on to the main event. This one I'm actually super excited for. I'm not usually excited for the lighter weight classes, but Steve Erceg, he's actually a super exciting fighter, man. He's flashy. He's really technical, but he's flashy with the technical boxing that he has. Alexander Pantoja, he's all right. I kind of find him boring. I'd want the champion. I want the championship to change hands here. He's pretty boring in my opinion. I might get hate for that. Don't really care. Steve Erceg is number 10. I think he has like 2 or 3 fights in the UFC, and he's fighting for the championship. But as people say, right place, right time. You can fight for the title. I see Steve Erceg winning this by decision. I'm gonna say by decision. This fight could go either way, of course. Pantoja is super tough, man. He's super durable. He's been in those championship rounds many times. He can grind you out. He can throw hands. He can grapple. Same with Steve Erceg. Man. This one's tough. I'm going with Steve Erceg for the upset. Excuse me. I have not had coffee yet. I'm going with Steve Erceg for the upset. Mainly because it usually happens, man. It usually happens. And I want it to happen. So, Steve Erceg by decision. He's got knockout power. I just don't see him knocking out Pantoja. But I hope he proves me wrong. And imagine if Steve submits him. Imagine. That would be insane. So, yeah, those are my official picks. Steve Erceg, Jonathan Martinez, Vitor Petrino, Michelle Pereira, and Kai Boralho. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, drop a thumbs up. Whatever you want. I don't really care. Just show that you like it, and I will make more. And yeah. I might make a video on freaking Ryan Garcia failed drug test, but that's for a different video. Yeah, man. Let's watch these fights and hope they are bangers.